Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having an amazing day. We're going to take a look at here at Radix or Radix. I'm not sure how you say that, but XRD is essentially the ticker symbol we're looking at here. And of course, if you're new to the channel, not a financial advisor, just love teaching people how to trade. Really hope you can learn something here today, of course. And if so, comment below. Let me know if you did. If you want to become a better trader, CryptoCache.tech is a site I send out signals for every trade that I take. Trading community and a trading academy. Really amazing experience. Thank you so much to my current community members. And of course, those who request that I cover this too, because this is a newer coin for me as far as that's concerned. I think it's only available on Bitfinex, if I'm not mistaken. And we'll go ahead and see what's going on. In fact, let's do this. Yep, XRD. All set there. So for this coin here, let's go ahead and talk about it. Generally speaking, from what I can see here, and I just pulled up some Fibonacci retracement levels and drew a little trend line here, we can see this descending type of trend line that just recently broke out. Now, today's breakout, of course, is much higher than the previous, but generally speaking, it takes a little while for the price to kind of consider breaking to the upside once it's broken this downtrend. So the key takeaway here is that since it was making lower highs, that's the reason why the trend line was continuing down. Now that we're not, or potentially not, we're effectively making higher lows, right? So if we look on smaller time frames, you'll see higher lows there, of course. That's really important. So again, that's how you can identify certain trends. Draw a trend line from the most recent high to the most recent low, and you'll kind of get the idea for it right there, okay? That's generally what I did there, but what's important to understand though, just so you know, is the 50-day simple moving average is working with this trend line. And until we break back above that here today, we're still considered to be on the wrong side of the tracks. Let's look and see if there's anything else that's positive there. Here's something that's really nice, and it only happened one time previously. If you can look and see here, from November, which is, of course, ever since we've been bearish, pretty much since November from Bitcoin, you can see the RSI has been stuck under 50 almost the entire time. Okay. Now, there's been one instance here, where the price action broke above, but it got stopped out. So again, no guarantees when the price breaks above the RSI. You need to have a good close there and a good continuation. Today's the start of a great thing there in that sense, because we're back up over 50 in the RSI. We did that previously, of course, but sold off again in February. That was a tough time for Bitcoin as well. Generally speaking, Bitcoin's in decent shape. XRD is doing very well in that sense of how well it's breaking out here today, in addition to the fact that we're up over 50 in the RSI for now. And I say for now because the one-day candlestick could literally close below that still. This candlestick hasn't finished. We still got about 7 to 10 hours left on this trading day. So keep that in mind. But generally speaking, for the moment, we're looking very good. But you can tell the price is getting rejected by the 50-day SMA, which is common initially. And again, tested a few more days, we probably and very likely could break above. You saw that happen here, though. Keep that in mind. If candle wick means nothing, it's a candlestick close that is important. So we get the one-day candlestick close above this level, then we're going to be in good shape. All right, so just something to pay attention to. Look at the 4-hour. We've got a potential golden cross here. We have a strong push to the upside here as well. We can also see if we look at TD sequential, we're getting really exhausted here. We're at a 9 right now, so the likelihood of it pushing much higher from here is pretty low. And what I mean by that is anytime you hit a 9 on TD sequential, the potential for sideways action and or retracement is quite high. So ideally, if the price were to retrace back down, it would come down to the most previous 9, essentially, which is about 13.7. But realistically, it could come all the way down to about 13 and bounce and be just fine. In other words, the previous resistance should work as a support level moving forward. So we should expect to see a bounce off of that level there. Okay. So that could be a potential reality there, but the likelihood of it going higher from here is pretty low. Just again, based on the fact that it's extremely overextended. We had this really long 4-hour candle here. And that was a what kind of increase was that? 14% in 4 hours, right, or less. So let's actually look at that and see. Yeah, that was basically 3 to 4 hours. All right, so let's finish this one last thing here. We'll go back to the 1 hour. We're well over 70 on the RSI. And this is something that's a cause for concern to me personally. I don't like to see an RSI over 70 on the 4 hour. I think it's kind of a cause for reversal. So that's exactly why we're seeing these candle wicks there. We'll be lucky to have the price continue to go sideways from here. I'd expect it to come back down a little bit to correct that, but once again, stranger things can happen. It's very rare, though, if you see here for the most part, for the RSI to come up over 70 and to stay above 70. So just expect the price to pull back. It's kind of a natural way that things happen. But good news is we had a MACD convergence earlier yesterday, roughly about this time yesterday. So 24 hours ago, we had a MACD convergence telling us, hey, this guy's going to break out soon. So that's a good thing to kind of pay attention to, is a MACD convergence in the 4 hour. That being said, looking here at the 1 hour here, let's go ahead and take a quick look at the cloud. Of course, we're free and clear there of any price action, and we're at a 7 right now on TD sequential. So again, potential of 2 more hours of continuation, but the likelihood of it sustaining this level is very low. It is potential, of course, for the price to go sideways. Don't get me wrong. That could happen. And now that we're up above a key level Fibonacci retracement line of 14.3, we could very well see that happen. But just know and be prepared that the price could very well come down to this next level of support at about 13. I think it's more likely than not, but again, stranger things can happen. So all in all, do I think that XRD broke out and is going to continue? Short answer is yes. As long as we get above some key level resistances, you can see a pretty strong resistance channel right around 16 cents, which was basically a previous support. So right here, you can see this Fibonacci retracement level. If the price were to close above, just say 14.2 today, that would be a great start. Get it to consolidate at that price point. Allow for us to get more volume at a lower price, and then of course increase from there. In fact, why don't we go ahead and take a look at the volume roughly of the last, about 6 months or so as a rough estimate. So in the last 6 months, we've seen the most amount of volume right at or just below the current price point. Extremely important to acknowledge that, because that reiterates the fact that it's a strong support level. So we can literally only go up from here for XRD. It's a pretty good opportunity to be able to increase from here. Okay, so generally speaking, looking very good there in that sense. I think that XRD will probably continue to break to the upside, and I definitely think it's worth investing in more long term, even short term as well. I mean, short term potential is definitely there. It's just that, should we expect it to be at like 25 to 30 cents in the immediate future? Probably not. We got to bridge some small gaps here first, and then work our way up. Right. So get above 14 for today is a key takeaway, and then getting above 16 in the next couple of days will be excellent. And then at that point, I think we have a little bit more freedom to be able to continue to progress higher in the Fibonacci retracement levels. All right, hopefully you found benefit here. Of course, if you do, comment below. If not, that's okay too. You can't win them all, but I can tell you, if you want to become a better trader, I have a trading academy, trading community where we all learn and grow together. And of course, I send out signals for every single trade that I take. Link in the description below for that, CryptoCache.tech. I hope to get to know you better, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks again for your time.